Hi, this is Todd Spink. This is Bertha Blue, and she is a Beechcraft 1954 Twin Bonanza.
The Twin Bonanza, or T-Bone, was first introduced in 1951. It's built like a tank, and because of its reliability and stability, the United States Army adopted it, making it the largest fixed-wing aircraft in its inventory at the time. As many of you know, Hurricane Helene impacted Florida a few months ago. It had devastating consequences, not only destroying homes in Florida, but also in North Carolina. The storm damaged or destroyed thousands of homes, leaving more than 200,000 people impacted. Seeing a need for action, Todd contacted Doug Jackson, who founded Operation Airdrop. This organization works with pilots in their planes to aid in natural disasters and humanitarian efforts. He flew to Concord, North Carolina, northwest of Charlotte, where Airdrop was operating, and immediately started flying loads. In all, they made 11 deliveries of life-saving supplies to 3 different airports, carrying a total of over 16,000 pounds. This channel likes to showcase the fun that people can have in airplanes, but it's also important to remember just how useful they can be and how vital they are to helping our fellow man. Aviation is not relevant because of the planes, but because of the people who fly them.
So Bertha Blue is a 1954 Twin Bonanza. She was built in April of 1954. I've actually got a picture of her in Beechcraft Factory, April 12, 1954. She is serial number CH41, which makes her the oldest still flying. I think there's a couple others that are maybe a little bit older, but they're, to my knowledge, are not flying. There's only about 30 Twin Bonanzas still flying. Beechcraft needed an airplane that would fit between the V-35 and the Beech 18. They needed something in the middle. They also knew that the Army was going to need something as a liaison airplane, and so they began to develop this airplane. The designer, a guy's name is Woods, took it from drawing board to first flight in 7 months. So it's a pretty amazing airplane. The reason why the cowlings are as deep or as big as they are is they were originally built for Ranger engines, and then Tucker bought Ranger, and I think that's right. I always get it backwards whether it's Franklin or Ranger, but I think it's Ranger. Tucker bought Ranger, said no more airplane engines, and so they scrambled. They were already, the airplane was already starting to be built, and they scrambled, and so without changing the cowling, they put in the Lycoming Geo 435s. The 435s, I think are 225 horse, 235 horse, 235 horse. She was originally built with Beechcraft two-bladed props with the Geo 435s. In 1958, they replaced the engines. These engines are actually off an Aero Commander. There was an STC that was released so that that was all legal. So these are Geo 480s and Hartzell three-bladed props. They're 9-foot props, so she makes a lot of wind. So I think the one anecdote that everybody likes to hear about is that when Woods was trying to sell the airplane to the Army, they did a demonstration, and the boundaries of the demonstration was that the airplane had to fly fully loaded, fly in over a 50-foot tree, and land within a 1,500 feet, operate inside of 1,500 feet in the 50-foot obstacles. And the guy who was flying cut the power too soon, and she dropped 50 feet. She hit so hard that the caps on the top of the oleo struts on the main gear went through the wings. It bent the fuselage, and Woods was kind of like, okay, we're done, let's go home. But they flew it out, and they flew it back to Wichita. The Army was so impressed, they got orders immediately. The only other airplane that's comparable would be the Aero Commander, and where this wing was load tested to 9 Gs, the Aero Commanders are still to this day they have AD notes on their spar. So, in my opinion, it's a better airplane. The clearance on the prop is much better. With the two-bladed props, you could actually do a gear-up landing and not hurt the airplane, because the tires actually don't retract. They're like a B-17. They don't fully retract into the fuselage, into the nacelles. Crazy enough, this is actually my first airplane. Wow. And I just felt it was just kind of divine providence. It was just like, this is the airplane I was supposed to have. This is the right time, the right place, and we picked it up. Once we ferried it, I discovered that she was not in the condition that I was told that it was in. All the control surfaces had to be replaced. They all had holes in them. Beach built the control surfaces out of magnesium, so they fall apart. They get holes in them really quick. So all the control surfaces have been replaced. All the bearings in the control surfaces were froze up. It took me about 2 years to do all the work that needed to be done to get her airworthy. It's still an ongoing process. I don't spend as much time working on her, except doing things that we gotta do, like annuals, and recently I had a carburetor problem. This is an early model, so she carries 130 gallons, and that'll get us I budget about 5.5 hours. That's more than what my bladder can handle, so I usually find if it's a 800-mile stint, then we'll find some place to land, get fuel in between there. So it usually winds up being about 4 hours at a time. She's got her own page. You can find us at Bertha Blue on Facebook, and we keep that up. And I also do a lot of posting on airplanes and coffee.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Ready to go fly?
Let's go fly. This old woman, so they got pressure carbs on it. So
Now, what does that mean?
pressure carb, there's no floats.
Okay.
There's no floats on it. So you probably have them on the Waco, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so cold start.
Yeah, I asked for the viewers, so
Yeah.
they know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah. So there's no float in it. So pressure carburetors, essentially, it is it's injection without going directly into the cylinder. It's the closest you can have. So icing is non-existent. It does happen, but very, very rarely. So it's something that's nice that you don't have to deal with. They should fire here in a minute. All right, so what am I doing? All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull the mixtures back. Mixtures are usually forward because the pressure carburetors, they like to be wet. So after you shut down, you push the mixtures to rich. Batteries on, left mags. Both left mags have impulse couples. So you use the left magnetos to start the engines. I'm going to start the left engine first. Crack the throttle. Boost pumps on. Mixture to rich. Count to 5, 3, 4, 5, and start turning. Right mag on. Boost pump off. Put through pressure. We got oil pressure, we got fuel pressure, temperature's coming up. We have to keep them in the green. So you never go to idle. They don't like it. They're geared engines, so you have to keep power on them all the time. Right engine, same thing. 2, 3, 4, 5, crank. Pump on.
traffic. Beaver 3 Alpha Romeo's entering downwind behind the straight tail Cessna downwind.
Okay. You're not parking here.
I'm sorry, guys. They got a debonair out here. It's backing everything up. Y'all hold on for a minute. Thank you.
81 Bravo. I'm not going to take your parking spot. I just want to go past you, behind you.
Copy that.
Record traffic 626, short final behind the Bonanza.
Where's the parking at?
Head to the runway.
He's from my airport in Galveston.
You'll see me. Thank y'all for your patience. Ain't anything to do right now.
Skywagon, we'll go
Yeah, I'm going to do a quick run up.
What are your numbers that you're looking for here?
When you turn by the tower, I'll be looking for you. Just come
With the geared engines, I have to be careful on the grass because she'll slide.
Pacer 50 kilos in
So I run it up to about 25, 2600 RPM. Correction. I run it up to 27. Do the mag check.
Direct lock traffic, steerman number 2, the full stop behind the first steerman. Need a little space.
Cycle the props.
We're going long. Where at, Tim? Where's the tower?
Slow down a little bit for me.
Okay, there's number 1. As soon as he's down, you're good.
Lock traffic, steerman, short final, full stop.
Got it. Yeah, you got it.
Yep.
Come on, put it on the ground. There we go. There we go. So, 3,400 RPM. By the time we get to the dip,
Ready?
she's already wanting to fly. You're up.
You ain't clear.
There's a steerman on full final.
What? Better divert somewhere.
Topic, steerman, short final, landed full stop.
Now we'll go make the right pattern so you can see with the
I hate to tell Coda I'm kidding.
camera on the right wing, on the left wing there.
Perfect.
All right.
And if you want to bug out somewhere, we can fly it a little bit. That'd be fine too. Whatever you want to do.
Okay, that's fine.
Coda, y'all got any particular place you'd like to park?
Back where I was.
Okay,
to the
gears
right.
up, power's coming back.
All right.
Okay, so cruise is 2,500 for me, and I just bring it back to the detents. If I go any further, that's into the feather.
Okay.
Yeah, Jason, I got you.
All right. Okay. Now we're off on our own.
If you want to...
Yeah, if we can get far enough away, maybe we can just go over to fingers or something real quick so we can get some good audio.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
For
Turn
a
that
while.
off.
Yeah.
All right, so...
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about your cruise. So what are your power settings? What is your airspeed?
Yep, so right now, I've still got the power up because we came out of the canyon. Come up off the runway. So my cruise is usually 16 inches. And we're indicating about 135 miles an hour, which is about 120 knots.
Gotcha.
And even with full fuel and a moderate load, which would be, useful load is 2,000 pounds. So, so we're at, if we're using 1,000 to 1,500 pounds, which would put us, empty is 4,000 and gross max is 6,000. So if we're at 5,000 to 5,500 pounds, she does just fine with 16 inches. Some of the other guys like to fly them harder. I don't need to get there that fast. I need the time. So
Yep.
I fly slower. At the higher power settings, they'll burn, collectively, they'll burn 32 gallons an hour. At 16 inches, she'll burn 20 gallons an hour. And that's a whole lot more economical than,
Right.
yeah.
Now, what altitudes? Let's talk about, like, what, when you're doing cross country, like, say you come over here, what altitude do you typically, for a long trip, like to stay at? What do you like to climb to?
Yeah, it depends on what the distance is. But if it's a long cross country, I like to get up about 7 to 10,000
Okay.
feet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you know what her ceiling is?
When we were in Colorado last month, we're at 14.5.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, she'll do 14. I didn't have much left, but she'll do 14,000. So.
And how many of these airplanes are left in the world right now flying?
Still flying. There's only about 30 of them still flying.
Okay, wow, that's more than I thought.
Yeah.
This is the only one I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're pretty few and far between. There's a small group of us that we get together and on Labor Day weekend we'll go up to Matt's place and we'll do. There'll be 10 of us.
Gotcha.
So kind of funny when we left the last time out of Matt's place, the controller's like, you know, are you guys having a convention or something? You're the third one I've talked to today. But no, we just get together once a year.
Yeah, very cool. Well, I think my GoPro cameras are about to die, so if you want to re-enter the pattern, we can go back to frequency if that sounds good to you.
Sounds good. Looks like we're...
I think it's starting to slow up a little bit. I'll keep an eye out.
I'm hoping. Yeah.
I see one guy right there.
Turn the radio back up.
Pretty airplane.
Thank you. I think we're having an opening here soon, Ryan.
Going first?
You can if you want. Do you want me to taxi all the way down?
I don't see anybody else on
I don't either.
downwind,
I'm
so...
looking.
We're right by.
So now we gotta... Now, watch. Power's off. I put the nose down. We're at 160.
And she just gets
170.
Speed. Wow.
Yeah, and I've got a lot of back pressure right now.
What's your final landing speed?
I try and come in over the fence at about 100.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, she, on a good day, full flap takeoff, I can get off the ground in 300 feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Landing? Landing?
About 500 feet.
Okay.
Best I've done.
They tell me that make me a little happier.
I'm going to let him turn.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm waiting for him to turn. I'm going to pop up to lose the airspeed.
Okay.
Okay, now we're in the white arc. Gear down. Okay. Second thing is... Second thing is I'm going to put full flaps down immediately after.
Okay.
And pull the props up. So the reason for that is there's one gear motor and 4 cables for 4 flaps. If you're short final and you milking the flaps down and one of those cables breaks, you're asymmetric.
Yeah.
So what I learned from a long time T-bone pilot is put them down, put the whole fling down, downwind. Your setup, everything's good to go.
Rick Law, Apache is over top of the airport, 2,000 feet.
I got him. He's over there.
Yeah, I got him.
Okay.
And there's another one on downwind.
No, he's up there. Never mind.
Yep,
Somebody
there's
else.
one there and there's one over there.
Got it.
And it's traffic skydiving activity over NS.
So you do it downwind because then you've got time to deal with it.
Gotcha.
So,
Hey, Ryan, I'm
props are up, gears down, 3 in the green. Tanks are on the right tank. Wreck Law traffic, T-Bone's short final, full stop.
Wreck Law, Cessna 12561's on left downwind, right abeam of the runway.
So, with the props about midway, I'm right there at the 3,000 RPM, that's where I want to be.
I'm doing the best I can.
Now we got to get down a little bit. Because, and that's why I say, you got to use landing gear as your speed brake.
Right.
Because if you put the nose down at all, she's immediately 140, 150 miles an hour.
And Rick Law traffic for Apache 430 on top of number 2 behind the Cessna, or number 3 on behind the Cessna on downwind.
Is anybody on final? Rick Law traffic? Holding short, 20.
Cessna number 2, right behind the red light.
Hold flaps up.
On turning final.
That was a great Wreck Law landing. Thank you so much.
Hey, I love it. She didn't need an airplane. All right.
Well,
was
Tom,
that good?
Man, that was awesome. Thank
All
you
right,
so
cool.
much. I really appreciate you letting me fly with you
Love
today.
it. It's awesome.
So, and people can find out more about this airplane at, you said?
Yep, we said we've got a Facebook page.
Okay.
It's Bertha Blue. Just look for Bertha Blue on Facebook and you can find us and you can follow us.
Awesome.
Also follow us on Airplanes and Coffee.
Will do. All right, you guys. Well, you heard the man. I'll have all that stuff linked in the comments there. For all of our patrons on our Patreon, you can find some more exclusive content of the Wreck While Flying on our Patreon. And if you're new to the channel and you're interested, we can find that link just down there below. Like always, you can find me at MFLiesPlanes on Instagram. And yeah, we'll see y'all next time. If you are interested in supporting Operation Airdrop with your own airplane or by donating, you can find them on OperationAirdrop.com or look them up on Facebook at Operation Airdrop. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.